Alright, welcome back everyone. So a little bit of a quick update for what's coming tonight, and not much. This is obviously a dead week. The way we get banners and the way we get updates in this game is very similar towards 7 Days since Grand Cross. It's the way Netmarble do their things, where they release content one week, the next week it's a bit of a dead week because we've just gotten so much content. This time we did get Escanor, we got a new mini game, we got the Naho bosses, so we've gotten quite a lot of content this week, which is why we get nothing this week other than a rerun banner for Rate Up for Howzer. And obviously in 1 week's time we're going to be getting a new banner, another Rate Up banner, which we know who's going to be, so we'll talk about that in a second. And also as well, probably new stages, maybe not story stages, honestly, really want to, but then maybe like some tower trials. Do add something towards the game to make it a bit more spicy. And I believe in a few days' time, they might even have some developer updates, so stay tuned for that one. But before we get into it, guys, want to brag a little bit because I'm in a post about it already. But we did manage to get stage 5. If you don't know how I did it, I locked in. There's no other way around it. I just went crazy. I had like 20 seconds, 30 seconds left on going into stage 4, so I breezed through it. I was actually like, yeah, I got pretty good at the game, I'm not gonna lie. I'd say pretty good. Stage 5, I still have 2 more stages to get through, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get that far. So yeah, this was posted a few days ago announcing we're gonna be getting a Howzer Rate Up banner, which is yeah, I mean, Howzer's a bit unfortunate character because he actually looks pretty good. Like, if you look at his kit, like, okay, this guy, he works a little bit. He's got Spike. He has the buff of Arthur. He's low on critical resistance, getting swiftness. He's not too bad. And I think his actual attack speed is decently fast as well. I think it's 104, which is decently high in comparison to other characters when you have 100. So yeah, he's 104. So like, he's alright. He's a pretty good character. The only unfortunate part is he does live in the shadow of Barn, because Barn is a character in the game and he's just a go-to light type DPS. So unfortunately, Howzer has no use in the game, especially because he doesn't get buffed up by the best buffer, King. Does he have a use in the game? Kinda, probably, but like not really worth summoning for. I think the only time he was used was last week for the actual Manaska raid boss, because he was type advantage, so it worked. But other than that, there's just absolutely no need to use him. I don't think you don't use him in base defense, or you don't need to. Don't need him. You know what, you could use him in Lab Sumper Dungeon, but you don't need to though, right? Like, it's not worth it. And for Howzer, I thought he'd be more of like an AoE character, because he's got a bunch of tornadoes. That's a weird animation, by the way. But he's got like a bunch of wind effects, but he's all single target, unfortunately, so it's not like he even has a use outside of just being a worse version of Barn. So yeah, Howzer, not really worth summoning for. If you like him, go ahead, right? Like I said, if this was Derriere coming out and he had the exact same kit and Meliodas Lost Fame was better than Derriere, I'm still summoning. But for most people right now, since we still have the Escanor banner, really once again recommend just keep going on this banner until you get him all the way up to pity, where you do your 160,000 gems onto his banner. And then bear in mind, the next character coming out should be Merlin. We don't know exactly if it's going to be her. It's either between her or Diane, because we still need to get... It's surely Merlin, right? Like, I think we can almost guarantee it's her, because she is the final sin. Not the final sin in the sin codex, because we still need to get a 7 Day Sins Diane, which should be this one on screen. I've talked about before, but this is her with her Gideon and also her season 2 outfit. But I imagine they save her for last, because why would he add a third legendary Diane before a first legendary Merlin? Makes sense. Plus, you know, getting Merlin and then Escanor also makes sense as well. And once again, I don't know if this is true. I read it somewhere, but apparently Merlin is going to be a supporter, which is very, very good, because supporters, you don't need to do power like crazy. You know, DPSs, they need to do as much damage as possible, otherwise you won't be using them. You need to get them towards high dupe levels. Like someone like Escanor, for example, and Barn, you know, we've taken them towards high dupe levels, where my support characters, while yes, I can get them towards higher dupe levels to make them do more damage and be a bit more consistent, because they start missing and, you know, actually get towards like the higher stages in, you know, Nightmare, basically. But like, you know, go for Gloxinia, King, Monspeet, Arthur, like, they're all fine, they're all doable, they're all passable at 3 to 4 stars. So I'm personally okay with it right now, which is a good thing, because if Merlin is a supporter, then most people should be able to spend around like 80 to maybe like 100k gems onto a banner, while also some for Escanor, because you still have some gems to get both of them properly, so you don't have to invest too much into her. And then Diane, what are you gonna do for Diane? I'd imagine a debuffer. If Merlin's a support character, we gotta have at least one debuffer in like the 7 Sins Codex a little bit, right? So I did imagine Diane would be like a DPS or a you know, a debuffer a little bit. And then moving on towards the next thing, and that is the Monspeet Rate Up banner. Very, very good one coming soon. We do know, because of leaks. Once again, I don't really cover leaks on this channel, because I've seen a few of them behind the scenes. One alluding towards a bunch of characters' kits that have been already changed after they come out. Also, it's all in French or Spanish. And I don't know where it comes from, but what I do know is 70 Sins leaks, if you know him from Grand Cross, has now not leaked 70's Idle Adventure, but he did confirm that we are going to be getting, or at least we should be getting, a Monspeet banner right up very, very soon. And quite fitting, you know, he is like the best debuffer. If you looked at all the banners they've reran so far, majority of them have been good, like getting, you know, Monspeet, getting King. Who was it before? Galen, for example. Gelda, it's like the only bad one, I think, right? Like, generally speaking, like, you just don't care about Gilda. So, yeah, we should be getting a new Monspeet banner very, very soon. And for me, am I going to summon? Probably not, because once again, Merlin's going to be coming out probably around that time. And I probably, because I like Merlin, even though I just said you don't have to spend that much onto her because she's a support character. Once again, we'll wait and see what she actually does. But there's a good chance I want to get towards, like, 6-7 star a little bit. So, I'll probably spend, you know, 150k onto her, because why not? But for me right now, my next step in terms of getting my debuffers and supporters towards the high dupe level, you know, I want to get them towards 5-star. When you get towards 4-star, you don't increase their level cap, you just increase their potential a little bit, so you can get either more attack or more accuracy or more defense, whatever it may be, right? And I don't really need that right now. What I do need is to take my characters towards 5-star to where they can get that level cap. And right now, I'm not really trying to spend a lot of gems onto him, because right now, obviously, I'm still free to play. I probably will spend money at one point in the game, or at least like a decent amount, especially when they release Derriere and cool characters I actually like. Or I should say back to back, because I'm always going to stop after the pity. Once you spend hundreds of thousand, that's enough for me, right? Like, going any more without any guarantees is, yeah, a bit too risky. It's a bit too whaley for me a little bit, so I probably won't be summoning. And yeah, so far, I've been alright free to play, but now that we've kind of reached our max into the box you see and, you know, growth a little bit, the gem income is going to slow down a lot because I'm getting less energy. I'm not maxing out my codex as much as well. But I am now a part of the partner program, and Netmarble does give me 20k gems a month, which is in the grand scheme of things, not a lot. 20k gems, I mean, I'll take it, right? But, like, it ain't much. So, yeah, guys, let's go wrap up the video. Once again, to recap, Howzer is coming out tonight. Not really worth summoning for. He's not a bad character. It's just you rather spend your gems elsewhere. And if you happen to get this guy duped out while playing the game, which you will be doing at one point in the game, because this guy is in every single standard banner. Plus, it looks like they're starting to, like, give out Leonis tickets a little bit more, where you can buy some in the Knighthood, and you can literally select him or get him as well. Probably more easier than other characters. Yeah, no reason to get Howzer duped out a little bit. And for Monspeet, honestly, I won't blame you a lot if you summon for him, because he actually is very, very good, right? Like, his character is so good right now, especially with the way they designed the boss battles right now, where they start very weak and then get progressively strong. So because of that, if you pay attention towards Monspeet's abilities, he actually does that Black Fire skill that gives you 5 energy every single time you crit. He does like 3-4 times in a row, and at the start of an actual you know, boss fight, getting to like what, 20 to like 30-40 energy just from Monspeet alone, alongside Barnes RNG and also Go Far. It's so powerful. Like, generally, I don't know if they're gonna have someone replace Monspeet for a very long time, so he's definitely worth picking up a little bit. If you're like 1 or 2 dupes off, I would definitely do it, especially because he's a green character, and right now you probably want to spend your green universal dupes on towards Escanor, for example. Like, I have 8, where yeah, that's a dupe for Escanor I could spend it on. So, you know, I don't mind summoning a little bit on his banner. Personally, I won't, because I'm still far off getting 5-star. If he was closer towards the 4-star, maybe halfway towards 5-star, I definitely would do it. But if you haven't gone towards 3-star, doing a few summons might not be the worst idea. So, guys, thank you for watching the video. A little bit of a short one. Not much coming out this week. But, yeah, stay tuned for tomorrow, where I'll probably do a tier list, ranking every character in the game and giving my honest thoughts and breakdown of every character in the game. So, look forward to that one. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and, yeah.